So inshallah we'll get started. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. So we'll learn a few more ayats, actually going now into the Quranic verses. But just want to recall, we learned these 4 words yesterday, but they're called harf-jar. In English they are preposition. First one is be with a zer underneath. It's a be. Its meaning is in or with. Fi is in. Lam with a zer, li is for, and min is from. So we'll make use of these again. So that's one thing that we want to focus on. The other thing that we will be repeating today a few times is that if you have a word kitabun, it's a noun, and all the noun have 2 pesh at the end. So the full word is kitabun. And if you have another noun, and I'm using the word Allahu, and always the last letter of this word Allahu will have a pesh on it. So it's Allahu. These are 2 separate words. This is meaning of this is book. And this word is Allahu, Allah in English. If we join these 2 words together, in English we just put an off there, and it becomes Book of Allah or Allah's book. In Arabic there is no off, so we make some adjustments. The first thing we do is look at the first word here, 2 pesh, we change this to a 1 pesh only, we remove 1. The second word, last letter has a pesh on it, and we change this to a zer. And then, so this become kitabu, this become Allahi. Then we have to read them together, and when we read them together, we do not pronounce this zabar on the alif, so we remove this one. So now it is kitabullahi. Kitabullahi in Arabic means book of Allah. Okay, so this is another very important rule that will be coming here again and again.
What is the trigger for that replacement?
What's
Because
that?
there's no preposition or anything before this, right?
No, I'm not using the preposition. I'm just saying how to combine 2 nouns. Not yet. Preposition will come later. Okay. So this is just
So anytime 2 nouns are combined, will it become
when you are putting off in between.
Pronoun.
Not off pronoun. Yeah.
Possession, right? Possessive.
Well, you are relating these 2 things.
Yeah.
That's all you're doing. You're establishing a relationship between these 2 things.
between 2 nouns?
Between 2 nouns. Yes. There is no verb here. Okay. So in English, all you do is put a off in between, and they are now related to each other. In Arabic, there is no off, so we modify the first word, we modify the second word. And the rule is that this had 2 peshes, you remove 1. This had 1 pesh, you make it to zer. So, and do not pronounce this alif in between. So when you remove,
Allahu is a noun.
Allahu is a noun, yes.
Then how come it does not have the double pesh at the end?
You missed it. It was.
Okay, I'll explain that again.
Now,
Okay.
that was the.
Okay.
Now, then become.
This is alif.
The
This is lam. This is lam. This is alif. This is he, right? You combine alif with the lam, put a sukoon there. Al, right? Put a zabar on this and combine with this alif. La.
Yeah.
And you put a pesh on that one, right? Allahu, right? 2 lams together can be written with 1 tasdeed or shadda.
Yeah.
This way, right? Okay. And alif is written this way, right? This little alif there is written here. So it is Allah. And this ha, when it is written at the end of the word, its shape is written this way. So this is right. This is Allahu. This little line here has nothing on it. You see that? There is nothing on this one. It's just a scripting, beautification of the word or anything you can call it.
Hafiz bhai, he was asking how come there's in Allahu there are not two pesh. So,
There is not two pesh Allahu.
well,
It's a noun, right? You said earlier that
No,
all
no.
nouns-
You missed one. I
you
did the
missed
whole
one,
thing.
that's why.
This, the word is ilahun.
Okay.
Ilahun means a god. I went through the whole exercise.
Oh, yeah. I remember.
Okay. And then I put al. So ilahun and al became Allahu.
Got it.
Okay, because al removes one dhamma. Anyway, this is a good repeat. So anyway, keep this in mind. These two. Now I'm going to go to the learning of Quranic words. I'm going to start with these three letters. Alif, Seen, and Mim. The meaning of these three letters is to name something. Okay? And the word that we created, which we know, is ism. Okay? But full word is ismun. Always two pesh at the end, right? This is a noun, and the meaning of this word is name. Okay? The meaning of the word ismun is name. Okay? Now I have one noun, ismun. And I have another noun here, Allahu. Okay? So this means name, and this is Allah. Now I want to join these together, combine them. Okay? Put an off in between. Okay? So now it became a word, name of Allah. Okay? In Arabic, what we do, we look at the last word here of this one, two pesh, remove one pesh. Okay? Just like kitabun. This one will become zair, right? Then we don't pronounce this alif, so remove this. So name of Allah in Arabic means Ismullahi. Full word is Ismullahi. Okay? Now put harf jar before that. B. Okay? B means with or in. Okay? Or in. Okay? Whichever. What is harf jar going to do? The very first thing it will do, it will look at the next word, noun, and change
Change to there.
pesh to zair. So it will look at this word and will make this, right? Okay, now when you read them together, this alif sound will go away. As a matter of fact, in this very unique word, we don't even write the alif. Okay? So now pronounces that. Bismillahi. That's what we say all the time. In the name of Allah. Bismillahi. In the name or with the name of Allah. Okay? Now let's move on a little bit further. Let's look at these three letters, Ra, Ha, and Mim. Rahama, Raha, Mim is to have mercy, okay, or blessing, or show mercy. Or now I'm going to make two nouns from this, okay. One noun, I'm going to combine these three letters with a ya in between. Rahi, and last letter will always have two pesh. Rahimun. When we stop, we say Rahim. Rahim is the one who has mercy. Okay. I will explain the actual depth of it at a later time, but this is a word we know all the time. Rahim is the one who has the intensity of the mercy. from the same three root letters, we make another word, Rahman. Rahman, always when you make a noun, to pesh. Okay? In English, we don't usually translate merciful and gracious. Okay? But there is a much deeper meaning. Okay? Maybe I should explain that. When you make a word starting with the three letters and you put a noon at the end, Rahman, okay? Another word I'll give you the example of Tufan, Toghyan, okay? Those are the words where a lot of things are given. When Tufan comes, it brings a lot of rain. When flood comes, it brings a lot of rain. When Rahman comes, it brings a lot of mercy. Regardless, gives to everybody. So Rahman is the sifat where when it gives the mercy, it doesn't care if the person is obeying him or the person is not obeying him. It keeps giving. That is the meaning of Rahman. Rahim is intensity, a lot of mercy. Okay? So these are the two words, both of them have the root Ra, Ha, Mim. Okay? So now let's put Al before that. Da. Okay? In both of cases, Al. Okay? When you put Al, one pesh will go away from here, right? So this will become Al-Rahimu and Al-Rahmanu. In the Tajweed, when Ra comes and Lam comes before that, we don't pronounce Lam, but we pronounce Ra twice. So we put a little Shadda here, and pronunciation will be Ar-Rahimu. Important thing. Same thing here, it will be, so if you don't pronounce Lam, remove this thing, little sukoon on it. Alif is combining with the Ra, Re here, Ar-Rahimu. The full word is Ar-Rahimu. The full word is Ar-Rahmanu. If you stop, you say Ar-Rahman. But if in the text, it is Ar-Rahmanu and Ar-Rahimu. Okay? So now what I am going to do. Look at this word here. Before it was Allahu, right? Okay? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to replace this word by that word here. Okay. It was Allahu became Allahi, right? So this became Rahmani. Okay. So you can say Bismir Rahmani, or you can leave Allahi there. Bismillahir Rahmani. Okay. I start with the name of Allah. Now what I'm doing, I'm replacing Allah with Ar-Rahman. Next time I'm going to replace Allah by Ar-Rahim. Okay? So as soon as I replace, Ar-Rahmanu becomes Ar-Rahimi, Ar-Rahmani. Ar-Rahimu became Ar-Rahimi. So if you read the Bismillah in the book, in the Quran, it will have Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahimi. After that is coming the word Ar-Rahimi. Okay.
So
Ar-Rahimi. So let me finish this one. So when you stop, you say Rahim, okay? But Zair is still written there, okay? This, okay, so remember that the word Allahi was there, right? So Allahi, Ar-Rahmani, Ar-Rahimi, they are following the same pattern. Okay, originally they all were pesh. Okay, so you can say, I start in the name of Allah, I start in the name of Ar-Rahman, I start in the name of Ar-Rahim. Or you can say in English, I start in the name of Allah, Rahman, Ar-Rahim. Okay? So this pattern of one word being affected by this and this is making the other words affecting the same way. This process is called badal. Badal means exchange. Okay? All we are doing in place, whatever the format of this word, Allahi is, we are replacing with another word, but that word has followed the same format. Okay? So Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Now you had a question.
You had a question.
Not me.
Yeah, but I think you answered it. So the Zair, it's still the effect of the initial proposition. But
There you can understand two different ways. You can put a parenthesis here, right?
Yeah.
And just like in mathematics, you can multiply what is outside the parenthesis to every word,
Yeah.
right? So as I said to you, you can understand, I start, Bismi, I start, or I in the name of Allah, then you can say in the name of Ar-Rahman, in the name of Ar-Rahim, or you can say in the name one time only, or with the name of Allah, Ar-Rahman, Ar-Rahim.
yeah. So my question was, so this pattern was going to continue as far as there are.
You can add more sifat of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You can add as many as you want after that.
But it has to be a noun and sifat.
See, all sifat are noun of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. There is no verb in there.
No,
Qad, Qadir, Rahim, Azim, Alim, Al-Alim, all of those are the Asma'ul Husna, are the names and the nouns or sifat of Allah subhanahu wa
even the Maliki,
So the sifat
which
is
comes after, that is still part of the
ta'ala. If you use the word Malikun, then you will make Al-Maliku, and then when you put in there, it will become Al-Maliki. So your question
so
was?
the sifats are attributes.
But attributes are noun.
Attributes are noun or adjective.
No. Adjective is noun too.
Is it?
Adjective is noun too.
Adjective is
Used instead of a noun.
quality
You
of
use
noun.
instead of noun, but it is
Quality-
there is no
quality-
verb in there. There are two classes only. A verb has to have a past tense, present tense, and
It's
future
an
tense.
action. Verb is an action. noun is
Action.
a-
If action is the time is not there, it's a name, it's a noun.
Yeah, adjective defines the quality of the noun. So it's
The quality of the
It's
noun.
an
Yeah.
attribute. It's the qualities.
Yeah.
But by itself is a noun too. Okay. So you are just saying that Allah's attribute is Ar-Rahman, but Ar-Rahman is noun, Ar-Rahim is noun. So when you say Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, if you stop, you say Rahim. Okay. Qari do this thing that when they stop at the last word in the ayat, they stretch the ya before that. Usually you will see a ya or wow before that. You make it Rahim. They will not say Rahman, but as soon as they stop at the last letter here, they don't pronounce Zair here, they pronounce Sukoon. But the previous letter is Ya or Wow, they will stretch that to make it beautiful. Okay, so that is how Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim created grammatically. Okay, now let's move on with one more item after that. And okay, let's look at these three letters now. Ain, Lam, and Mim. Okay. Now, the noun is ilm, knowledge. Okay. So, if I say ilmun, noon, last letter mim will always have two pesh. So this is alama means to have knowledge. Ilmun means knowledge itself. Okay. Now I'm going to show you two different things. Two more words which you know, but I'm going to explain that to you. There is a word li mun. And there is a word alamun. Okay. Both are used in Urdu. If you stop here, you say alim. You know what alim is. Alim is a learned person, right? When you pronounce with a zay, this is zair here under lam, okay? Alimun. But if you put a zabar on the lam, alamun, alam, this
Word.
meaning is word. Okay? Okay? So let's look at this word. Okay. How are we pronouncing la mun? Mim is bringing after the sound of noon. Mun. Okay? I'm going to rewrite this thing. La mun. Sound is exactly same, right? So this tanween, which is called the two pesh, is actually the sound of noon. Okay? You can write this one, and you can write this way. Okay? Because the sound of two pesh is actually the sound of noon. Mun, this is mun also, right? Now, this is word, and this is a singular. Okay? A word, just one word. Okay? I want to make a plural of this word. How am I going to make the plural? I'm going to keep this one there. I'm going to keep this one there. I'm going to keep the meme there, but I'm going to add a wow. I mentioned in the first class that wow is used to make the plural. Okay? So I'm going to add a wow to make it a plural. Okay? After meme, and then I'm going to leave the noon. But when I say mu, I pronounce this na. Alamuna. We will be making a lot of plurals. So just keep in mind that if you make the noun of a plural, all you do is that put a wow between here. So this is words.
That
Okay.
applies to all the nouns. That applies to all the nouns.
All the nouns which are made by the pattern of wow. Okay. For example, there are other ways of making plural. Kitabun, the plural of kitabun is kutubun, not kitabuna. Okay. Munafiq, munafiquna. Muslimun, muslimuna. Okay. All majority of the plural follow this pattern.
So the plural of kitab is kutub, right?
That's why I say kutub.
Kutubun.
Kutubun.
Is, okay.
Not kutub.
Not kutub. Kutub is not the full word.
So the start
Kutubun.
is okay.
Okay. But I'm saying that some, and there is a name, some mostly plural are made this way.
But there's no particular rule that says these type of nouns. would be-
Very few, but majority will be this way. Okay. So we'll follow when they come. Okay. But this is important things. That plural is alamu na. Okay. Now I am going to I want to define these letters. These three letters. Ra, ba, ba.
This will be also true for the feminine names. Will
Okay,
be fine.
though there is a different rule.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a different rule. Okay. So Ra, Ba, Ba, the meaning of these three letters is to provide or to sustain. Okay. And the noun is Rabbun. Okay. Rabbun means a provider or a sustainer. Some of us scholars have started using the biblical word Lord for that. That's not the right word. Lord is...
So Rabb is not God.
Rabb means provider or sustainer. Exact English
Literal
meaning.
meaning.
Not God, not
Can be
Lord,
father too.
nothing.
I mean,
Not,
a lot
not
of people
father.
call
So
Rabb to the
some
father.
of scholars took the biblical word Lord, which they use sometimes for Jesus, sometimes for God. Okay, but the literal meaning of Ra Ba Ba is to provide, to sustain. Okay, Rabbun
Sorry.
is provider.
So we have a book here with the Spanish translation,
Yeah.
and my wife was reading it, and the translation of Rabb there is very well known word that we know, senior.
Senor, senora.
Mr.
Yeah.
Right?
Mister, that is
Yeah,
Mister.
Mr. So that's how it's translated, and she had a problem with that.
Yeah.
So but,
Okay.
It's not
So
Rabb.
word is Rabbun. Okay. The word is
Rabbun.
Rabbun. Providers. Just keep using the word provider.
Providers.
Okay. That's very. So I'm going to put that word here, Rabbun. Rabbun, and this means provider. Okay, and this is worlds, right? Plural. Okay. Now I'm going to put da before that. Okay, and I'm going to put al there. Okay. So now I have one word Rabbun. I have other word Al Alamuna. Al Alamuna. I want to join these two words together by putting an off. Now connection is provider of the worlds. Okay. When you combine, bring off in there, what happens?
One of the page will be
First, this page will go away, right? So it will become only
one.
one. Okay? Rabbu. This, remember that when it was Allahu in a singular, we were making it Allahi. So sound of O was changing to the sound of E, right? This is the sound of O here, wow. Okay? This sound will, let me finish, this sound will change to Ya. That's the rule for plural, not for singular, for plural. Okay? Because this is, sound is Ya, I pronounce this also with the sound of Kasra or Zair. So they come Alamina. Okay? When you read Rabbul Alamina, you stop, you say Alameen. Remember that. It is still Rabbul Alameen. It is not in the Surah Fatiha yet.
Yeah.
Because that word is Rabbil Alameen. Huh? We are not there yet.
Yeah, so that's what I was going to ask. Rabbul, Rabbil, Rabbal.
No, not yet, not yet.
Okay.
Right now, we combine two words together, right? Grammatically, this word changed Rabbun to Rabbu only, right? This word changed Muna to Mina,
Mina.
right? That's all we have now. Okay? When you read them together, it will be Rabbu. That's the reason I put a green and red here. Rabbul Alamina, right? That's how we do. Keep this thing there.
sorry. How did it become mean from mean?
It's
I just explained that.
No, yeah, I didn't follow that. So
Okay, I'll do one more time. Okay, so when we had the word Allahu, right?
So we from Allahi.
And this was Pesh, right? Right? When we combine this with the Kitab, for example, this became Zair, right?
yeah,
The sound of the Pesh became sound of the Zair, right?
Because of the off that is coming.
Because of the of Kitabullahi, Okay, that's the reason I'm repeating. Kitabullahi. So when we were making the combination on of,
Relation.
Allahu changed to Allahi. So pesh changed into Zair, right? This was the case when this word was singular. But when the word is plural, plural had a waw in there, right? Waw is the sound of pesh, right? And ya is the sound of Zair, right? So pesh changes into Zair, waw changes into ya, ye.
Yeah.
But that's not because it's plural, right?
No, it is because plural has waw in it.
Um,
We made plural by adding a waw in there.
Like
Okay.
Alimuna.
but let's say if it was an alim, right? It's a single.
Yeah, so alimun,
Yeah.
okay, then it will follow this rule here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
will be alimi.
Yeah. So that's the easiest transition, right? Alim to alimi.
Yeah.
No, but then you this is the way you have to follow. You have to make the plural first. You have to always make the plural
Yeah,
first.
I think I understand, but it's the same rule, right?
Same
I'm saying
rule.
that don't first combine them and then make plural. You first have to make the plural. Always you have to make the plural first. There is multiple. If you are using the word kitab, then the plural is kutubun. You cannot, So first you always make plural, then combine. Okay. So
Then
so
put
far,
put the effect of the harfijar.
right now, so go back here. So far, the word is Rabbul Alameen. Alamina, but we stop Alameen. Okay. Now let's look at this word. We practiced this word several times. Alhamdu, right? All the praise or the praise. Okay. Then this was the word. I'm not combining this, I'm just writing it there, okay? But we know the word Allahu. Okay? Allahu has a pesh at the end, right? Okay? Now I'm going to pick up one other harf-jar from there, lam. Lam with a zair means for. Okay? So this is for Allah. And this word means the praise or the thank is for Allah. What does harf-jar do?
Pesh to there.
We'll make this pesh to zair. Right? So read this. Alhamdu. When you read them, you don't pronounce alif there. Alhamdu lillahi.
Now all the nouns will follow exactly the same thing.
Now the next noun will follow this one.
So it will be
So this is lillahi, zair. We are replacing Allahi by Rabb now. So this is going to come Rabbi. This is the rule of Badal.
But by the way, Alhamdulillah, the lam.
Yeah, I'll show you how to write that.
Yeah, so that's combined with.
Yeah, let me write. So, but you understand the concept here? Alhamdu was separate word. Nothing we did anything. We just put al and hamdun together and left it there. Then we took the next word Allahu and put a harf-jar before that. So this became lillahi. Okay. Then we replaced this word Allahi by Rabbi. Provide. So what you can say? Praise is for Allah, and you can translate the provider and who is the provider. In English, you can make a proper sentence. But Allah is the provider. See how powerful this English statement is? It is saying Allah is the provider. Okay? Nobody else can be provider. Nobody, even you translate Lord there. Okay? The meaning will be all the praises for Allah. Allah is the Lord. Okay? Allah is the sustainer. Allah is the provider. Okay? Provider for Al-Alameen, for the whole worlds, all the worlds which are there. He is the sustainer, but He is this one. Okay? So, we did one ayat of Surah Al-Fatiha, Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. We also learned Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Yesterday we learned A'udhu Billahi Minash Shaitanir Rajim. Okay, so this is the starting of Quranic learning.
So in the context of Quran, this first Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen is, who is telling who? We are praising Allah. Right?
Okay, so that is a different thing. There is 3 groups of ayats there. Okay, first group is just the praise of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. No, you don't know who is speaking that. Okay, but Allah is teaching us that. Okay, Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Okay, so Ar-Rahman, Ar-Rahim, Maliki Yawmiddin. Up to this point, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has defined Himself. After that, we are speaking. Iyyaka na'budu.
Yeah.
We worship you. So speaker changing 3 times there. Okay. So once you ponder on the meaning of the ayats, it will become very clear. But again, so we will leave it here and we will continue inshallah next Monday, and we will follow on Surah Fatiha and then other surahs. Okay. But this is the very basic, and this is very important to understand these basics.